Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome and please consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell below. Get all the updates. Very excited for today's comparison video. I haven't done one of these in a long time. They are both the same beer, just one is on Nitro. You're probably familiar with this beer, especially if you clicked on the video with the title that says what the beers are. But it's Southern Tier's Pumking. So you have the regular, and then you have the Nitro one. They do the cold pressed coffee. They have the rum barrel aged one. And a Warlock, which is kind of like a stout version of it, and I think they use the same like flavor packaging or whatever it is that they do for these beers. Cause I think it's just like they brew a stout and then whatever that pumpkin spice stuff is. And the reason I say packet is I think it is like a flavor packet they put in. They both say natural spices, so there's actually pumpkin in there. They both say the pumpkin, and then they say the natural spices, or not natural spices, natural flavorings. Let me read it exactly what it says. Ale brewed with pumpkin and natural flavor added. So that's what it says. They're both 8.6%. So again, they're the same beer, just this one's on Nitro, also in a can, if that matters to you. Cool can art. I don't think I've ever reviewed Pumking. I like it a lot. I typically buy at least one a year to drink, and used to buy at least maybe like 4-pack and or more before I started doing beer reviews and trying to do different beers so I can make the content. It's my dad's favorite beer. I got him, son, his birthday was a couple weeks ago. I got him, actually this year I switched it up and got him the rum barrel aged one. He had that there night, said he really liked it. And so this one's for you, Dad. He doesn't watch my reviews, so unless I send this to him and tell him I give him a shout out, he won't watch it. Wow, I hope that picked up the noise that made. Pour the Nitro first because I thought maybe it might need some time to settle. Who knows? But I like Nitro beer, and I haven't had a beer on Nitro in a long time. That's been sitting in my refrigerator, has not been shooken up at all. So like that's what it looks like. It's coming out of a can. And look, that's going away relatively fast. Keep an eye on that as I pour this other one. That is interesting. I love the big Pumking picture there. That's fantastic. But anyway, yeah, I have had a couple bottles of the regular this year, which I've enjoyed, and I think actually my wife had one. She also liked it. I've never had the Nitro, so this is totally a first time for that. I mean, already you can see that the head's different. Shocker. So, try to get a little bit more head on this, actually. Yeah, I mean, not much head on the regular. It's hard, I think, because that's going to make it look a little different with the Nitro head. Nitro head almost has like a grayish color, too. I mean, it definitely looks Nitro. Those bubbles are tiny. I mean, I've been saying that, small to, tiny to small to medium bubbles, but like when you see Nitro, then you realize how tiny bubbles could actually be. And I mean, that's what this is. I mean, that is definitely like I could just scoop that up with a spoon. It is going away. Those colors, yeah, I mean, that's the same color. This one looks a little darker just because of the lighting getting blocked by the creamy head on that one. But one of the reasons I was excited for this is this was maybe 4 years ago. And I was at a brewery, and they have kind of like their version of a Mexican stout. They put hazelnuts in it. It's the North Brewery, and the beer's called God Complex. And I like that beer. And so I had it at the brewery. And then literally right around the corner, there was an awesome restaurant called Feliz that my friend Jerome owned. And he had that same exact beer, same batch on Nitro. So I went and had it regular at the brewery, walked across the street, around the corner, and then immediately got it on Nitro. And I liked it so much more on Nitro because more of those spices came out there being, and I don't just mean the heat, but like I got so much more hazelnut because of how the Nitro was like delivering that flavor across my tongue as I was drinking. So if I think this beer is already very flavorful, I'm just wondering if I'm going to have the same experience where like the Nitro is just kicking it up even more. So I don't know which order, to do it in. Because like if I do this one first, and then this one I do think is more flavorful, is it just because I already have some, on my tongue, and this is adding to it? If I do this first, am I really going to be able to notice if this is lesser? So I'm going to do this one first, just because there's less head. I'll do the Aroma. This is more for me a comparison than like kind of a full-on review of each. The way to describe this beer to people is this is a pumpkin pie beer. Like, I feel like I even get some of the crust aroma in there. We're definitely getting things like cinnamon, a little bit of clove. It has that sweetness to it. But, yeah, I mean, it smells like, if you've ever had pumpkin, this year smells like how I remember pumpkin always smelling. Cheers. Yeah, the 8.6%, I don't really get too much heat in the chest. I get a little bit of alcohol in the mouth, just a little. And, yeah, again, same thing. I mean, you're getting the spices like you're supposed to. It's a little prickly from the carbonation, which is nice. It kind of lets you know you're drinking a beer, even though it is so much like a pumpkin pie experience. It's not overly creamy, which is another reason why I'm really excited to do the Nitro. And it's not like, it's not like cinnamon that's burning your mouth like a fireball shot or something. Like, it's not that intense. It is impactful while not being in your face too much. It's a very good level of that. The spices in there, you definitely know you're drinking that pumpkin spiced beer. And that's, I think, high praise for a beer that's supposed to be trying to do that thing. See what the Nitro does. I'm going to say with a Nitro, I get even a little bit more of that like pie crust sweetness. And that's kind of, it's kind of hiding some of the other, like the perception of cinnamon and clove and the spices that you would add. It's still a very pleasant smell, but I am glad that they do not smell the exact same. But realistically, they're probably about 80-85% the same. That difference is what I'm perceiving as like that pie crustness. But yeah, smells good. I'm really, 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 really super curious about the taste. Cheers. This is interesting. This is a very interesting, again, as someone who's been drinking Pumking for years, it's a very interesting experience. When I first start drinking it, the Nitro, the foam or whatever it is, kind of like mutes the taste. Then the creaminess kicks in with the flavors, like I was explaining about that other beer, in a very pleasant way. But then the finish, it almost has like, and I don't think it's because it's in a can, but like this metallic, tingy, like artificial unpleasantness that I do not experience with the Pumking that's not in Nitro or on Nitro. I don't think it's a can issue at this point in 2019. Are we having canning issues in craft beer that make it taste like metal? I hope not. So yeah, it's a really weird experience. Like I was kind of expecting to fall in love with the Nitro, if I'm being honest. Let me do some more, my due diligence. Yeah, that same exact experience that I just explained. I mean, it's exactly like I went back in time and just relived it. I will say this, and it is almost like a moment. That moment in the middle where it is so harmoniously a mix of that creaminess, just doing its thing with the flavors of that beer. That's a really beautiful moment. But what comes before and what comes after, I am not a fan of. For my money, I'm sticking with regular Pumking. I like the rum barrel aged one. I just wish I had more of a rum taste. I don't think I've had it since I think they started using their own rum barrels. I don't think I've tried it since then. When I started putting it, I think it's like in the proper pint glasses at this point. The cold brew I've had a couple of times and passed on. I don't think that adds too much. And I love Warlock. I love that beer. So for me, if it comes to just what kind of Pumking variant, if we're counting Warlock, yeah, I love that. But if we're not counting that as variants, I'm sticking with Pumking every time. Suppose I should cuvee them. I don't know how drastically different. Hopefully it cuts some of the Nitro maybe. I'll get that out of the way since I spilled a little bit. The only difference here, I still get that front end thing that I'm not liking what the Nitro's doing. The middle part that I enjoy for that moment or so is still good. It cuts the bad aftertaste, so I'm a fan of that. So, yeah, the cuvee is somewhat successful, I guess, technically speaking, because it cut some of the crappy aftertaste. But, yeah, for me, all day, regular Pumking, Nitro, I'm never going to buy that again. Not worth it. Yeah, not worth it to me. Have you had it? Obviously, I'm super curious. Sometimes people, leave comments that I'm a little too positive. So here I am saying I do not like the Nitro. I don't. So super curious. Do you like the Nitro if you've had it? Do you hate it? Are you like me and there was this moment of glory and then the rest of it was crap? Let me know. Super curious, as I always am. Check my Instagram Untapped. No hype beer reviews, both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, cuvee. Cheers, everyone.